Have you ever been betrayed by the one you trusted most? After 6 years of marriage, I discovered that my wife had cheated. Instead of apologizing, she tried to guilt-trip me into staying. That's when I knew I deserved better. But before we start, please be sure to subscribe. Let's get started. It all started with the simple ding of an iPad notification. My wife is cheating on me. I'm here to express my emotions and shout into the void about my current position. I can't talk to anyone in my personal life about this. My wife is cheating on me. My wife is cheating, and she has been for the past 2 months. I don't comprehend. I don't even know where to start to begin to understand. We have a gorgeous home and steady employment. We're not financially struggling, and we have no drug or alcohol problems. We attended therapy together. Our daughter is healthy and perfect. Our 6th wedding anniversary is 3 months from tomorrow. We've been together for 11 years. I have spent the last 2 days scrutinizing everything about us under a microscope, trying to find a crack where I went wrong. When did she become unhappy? When did this life, our life, become unsatisfying for her? For her to walk outside our marriage with some random guy she met on Facebook? For her to throw away our family? I don't comprehend. I found out on Monday purely by chance. My daughter's tablet went dead, so I grabbed my wife's iPad so she could watch her evening videos and go to sleep. My wife isn't home right now. She's on a trip and won't return for another 4 days. I kept hearing message notifications dinging on her iPad while my daughter had it, so I took it to switch it on mute, only to find a man's name I didn't recognize with a tiny winky face next to it. I went over everything. They've done it all. Met up, spent the night together, went on dates. They even have a romantic vacation scheduled for next month, the same cruise she told me was a bachelorette trip with one of her friends. I encouraged all these outings. She told me they were with pals. I encouraged her. I was glad she was going out there and becoming more social, since she confessed that parenthood made her feel like a hermit. After investigating a little more, I learned all of these new friends she's been out with don't exist. They are all falsehoods. They are characters she's constructed to continue her relationship with this man. I feel like a complete and total idiot. I never second-guessed a single lie she fed me. I gave her my 100% trust. We've been doing couples therapy for a year. We converse. We go on dates. We get each other gifts. And our sex life was amazing. I never, not even for a second, would have suspected this. I don't know how to confront her with this. I don't want this. I don't want to divide up our home, but I know this isn't something treatment can repair. I know myself well enough to know I'll never be able to trust her again. Do I just let her go? Let her go to be with the man who makes her happier than I can? My entire existence is interwoven with her. How do I even begin to disentangle that and separate? I have 4 more days to sit and overthink this. I don't know what to do. I gathered all the proof and contacted lawyers in my region. I selected an outstanding one and went ahead and started preparing divorce paperwork before my wife arrived home. I also got tested for STIs and notified my parents and best friend about the issue. I brought my daughter to my parents so I could have time to prepare myself to face my wife with this information mentally. I rage-cleaned a lot and sobbed a lot those last 2 days before she arrived back. I packed some of her stuff but then unpacked it and grieved more. I planned to put all the screenshots and the divorce paperwork on our dining room table and sit and wait for her, but I didn't get the chance to accomplish that. She was expected to be home later in the afternoon on Sunday, but she got back at 6:30 that morning. She didn't call or text in hopes of shocking me. I was up drinking coffee and, you guessed it, crying, when she strolled into the home. I didn't greet her. I just went and fetched the folders of evidence and divorce papers and presented them to her. I don't recall anything she said that day, but I just said I knew. I wanted to divorce. I would keep the house solely as it was in my name. It ached a lot. I tried to hug her but also shout at her. Lots of tears from her, lots of yelling at me. I didn't say anything. I told her we could discuss it at length with lawyers present after she accepted the circumstances and cooled down. I guess someone called it a gray wall in the comments of my last post. I tried my best to do that and did not exhibit emotion or dispute with her. It was tough. It's the hardest thing I hope I'll ever have to do. She betrayed me, yet it still felt dreadful, making her weep. She left that day with some clothes and personal items and headed to her parents. My parents and best friend came to visit with me, and my daughter. I had my lawyer arrange a meeting to discuss custody, things, money, and everything else that following Tuesday. Well, on Monday, I got a call from my clinic to come in to examine my STI test results, and as it turns out, her parting gift to me is HSV-2. I cannot convey in words how furious, sad, and shattered I am. I'm still accepting it. I don't think I have yet, but I am working on it. I know it's common, very common. That's not going to kill me, but that doesn't make it suck any less. I joined a support group on Facebook. Those people are fantastic. Going into Tuesday with that knowledge was dreadful. I felt so much shame bringing that up in front of not only her, but also both of our lawyers. I knew if I tried to address it with her alone, it wouldn't go well, not with the amount of rage and despair I had in my system. She never apologized. She was a different person that day. I felt like I was looking into the eyes of a complete stranger. There was no emotion whatsoever. Divorce-wise, everything is cut and dry. We separated finances. The house was mine, and we waited 90 days for everything to be finalized. There were no problems on her end, but one. She wanted to terminate her parental rights over her daughter. I say wants, but she is terminating rights, or at least trying to. She doesn't want her anymore. Our daughter. Our kid. I was blindsided. I'm still blindsided. My daughter's one, yet she adores her mama. Mama was her first word. She's one. It's been 3 weeks, and the anguish I have felt, the pain for my daughter, for my family, has been indescribable. I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know what or when it changed, but it terrifies me. I feel like my entire existence was yanked out from under me. Per the lawyer's advice, I haven't talked to her and am concerned about what I might say. She hasn't seen her daughter. She informed me that day she didn't want to. She didn't want any pictures from her home, any memories, just her clothes and electronics. I don't comprehend any of it. I don't think I ever will. We must go to court for her petition to terminate her rights, and I don't want to look at her. I can't accept this as truth right now, not after everything. I'm trying as hard as possible to keep a positive attitude and be strong for my family and baby, but this has been so hard. I hope that a year from now I can look back and say that I survived it, but right now it feels impossible to see even next week. I'm not suicidal, so don't take it that way, but this has been the most challenging experience of my life. First off, my divorce was finalized without any hiccups or holdups. I'm still attempting to sell our previous house, but we've moved to a new state. My ex is still in the process of petitioning for termination of parental rights. I've only seen her 3 times since moving, and it's been to fly out for court. I was granted temporary complete custody in the process at her request and advice, and she has not mandated any visitation. She has denied any offer of it. She hasn't seen my daughter in 7 months and has requested not to. I am still determining what else she's been up to, or if she's still with her guy. Since the divorce, it has been in the best interest of my mental health to maintain communication as little as possible, and she has done the same. I have offered many chances for her to visit with my daughter, whether through video conversations or traveling out. Before we relocated, I asked weekly, but it was always a no. Her parents still video talk with my daughter, and we're hopeful they can fly out during the summer to spend some time with her. They've been shut off by my ex as well. I'm unsure what changed, but I can't change it back. I am accepting it, mostly. I wish her well in her future pursuits. Now for the cheerful stuff. I'm a proud Arizonan. I never pictured myself relocating here, but we have loved it thus far. My parents packed everything and came with us, and I don't think I've ever seen them happier. My daughter is doing well. She'll be 2 years old in July and the sharpest, funniest 2-year-old I've ever encountered. She knows her ABCs, can count to 20 without help, and loves animals and bugs, especially bugs. She thinks farts and cow mooing are the definition of funny. She doesn't realize it, but she has been my biggest inspiration to heal from this tragedy and be my best self. I don't know how I helped make such a fantastic kid. The more her personality evolves, the more I am in awe at how cool she is. I could write for days about her, but I'll cap it here before this becomes a Harry Potter-length piece. As for myself, I'm in therapy and have been throughout these 8 months, and I'm in a much better headspace. I'm working on getting back on top of my health, as I put on around 30 stress pounds. I'll get there someday, but I'm not sweating it too much. I have yet to date or try to. I don't think I will anytime soon. I've adjusted to being a single parent quite okay. I credit that to my friends and family since they've supported me. There are still incredibly terrible moments that have happened, and I know there are more to come, but I'll roll with it just like I have this and hope to come out on top. This is not the end of the world for me, even if it feels like it now. The sun will rise tomorrow, birds will chirp, and all will be good. Thanks to my therapist for that. Those 2 sentences have helped me enormously. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the material, please give it a thumbs up and share your opinions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and push the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world and helps keep the content coming. See you in the next one. Take care and remain wonderful.